Dukheshu no vignamanha, sukheshu vigataspara, vikraga bhaya krodha, sitidhe muni uchyate. One of the important shloka, 56, chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga, which means one whose mind remain undisturbed amidst its misery, who does not lose consciousness amidst its pleasure and is free from the entanglements, fear, and anger. Such a person is a worthy of being a sage because he is a person who is directly in a contact with a spirituality and also a technical person, but working or by profession. Shuklambara Dasa, Prabhuji. He is a B.Tech engineer from Kurukshetra University, done his mechanical engineering and also done his LLB from Delhi University, psychological first aid from John Hopkins University, USA, and also worked as an educator and a counselor. And apart from that, he is also been joined ISKCON for around 4 years and doing spirituality and spiritual works and practicing advocate at Rohini Court. And as a he's also an aspirant of judicial services. Welcome to have you, Prabhuji, on this conversation. So I just want to know that what has been your last 4 years been like when you are coming into the spirituality?
So can I pray for 2 minutes, quick prayer?
Yeah, sure.
Because it's a culture in ISKCON.
Ji.
Om Nagyana Trimandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitan Yenaha Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Name Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swayam Padantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Adevacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Thank you, Rajat Prabhu, for giving me this opportunity, because after Corona, there are a lot of confusions among youths, especially because there are a lot of unemployment, there are a lot of job problems, there are a lot of things people are facing. So we will discuss about that. But the first question that you asked, that how the 4 years of mine was like in the ISKCON, I think that I have lived my life, like with a lot of fun and with curiosity. That I am a bibliophile. I read a lot of books. And when you come to Indian scriptures, you must be knowing there are, like every book has lakhs of sloks, and every shlok you can go on, read, and, you can imbibe the philosophy in each and every shloka. And it is also called that in our Indian scriptures are more than like living things. Exactly. You live each and every shloka. But when we read our mundane books like engineering, physics, chemistry, that we often get depressed. Ki ye kaise hoga, ye kaise hoga, ye kaise hoga. But when you read Bhagavad Gita, only 2 shlokas even a day, it enlivens you. It gives you boost to do something better. So my 4 years, after this, you must be knowing that it is quite like more curiosity, full of curiosity and full of fun. And most amazingly, it is regulated, because you must be knowing how much discipline is needed in our lives. Most of the people says that attention ka problem hai, or there are a lot of problems. Discipline चाह कर भी follow नहीं कर पा रहे. But from the last 4 years, because of being here in the ISKCON, I usually wake up at 4, because in hostels at the time of my graduation, we used to, wake up at 11, 10. We used to sleep at 4 and 5 after seeing the seasons of Friends. And there are a lot of seasons, I don't want to name them, but we used to see throughout the night, whole night, and wake up at 11 or 12 usual bunks and lot of things. But my life was in turmoil. But after 4 years, when he says that after coming to ISKCON, after reading the Indian philosophy, after reading the Eastern philosophy that most of the Westerners says, that I think that I am in better position to say that I am. There is a word used in scripture, Satchit Anand.
Ji.
I am progressing towards it, and I'm feeling that sense of happiness in me, that sense of knowledge in me, and that is because of my senior Vaishnavas and mentors. That is all possible.
So did you ever think to be a monk in future? Means when you are doing your engineering and after that, everyone is thinking about, I just want to do a job or I just want to go for a civil services, or means as an engineer, you are just thinking about, can I just go for a gate exam and all kind of a stuff because you are seeing on yourself only. So how you are thinking that you just want to be a monk and in future, did you ever think that?
Never, never ever, because you must like I was like any other child, like जो जब BTech के अंदर आते हैं and we want to do gate and we want to crack this exam, that exam, and I also was championing these things. मुझे ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है. I want to do lot of things. We have very short time, short life, and we have to do so much with so much passion. And at that time, when in 2016, there were very less article on passions, because people were, any successful person come and say that we must be passionate, but they never say that how, like, and I was that confused that where to get passion. So that at that time, so I also gave the exam of gate, SSC and all those exams, and also preparing for IAS, UPSC preparation also in 2017. So, and you must be amazed to know, in 2018, I joined ISA, All India Student Association, and that is purely left, and I was very much, I have very much appreciated the idea of Kanhaiya Kumar and all. I don't want to name furthermore because one is sufficient. There are a lot of people, and I used to listen their lectures, and I was like, we have to do something. Like the world is going on a wrong path. The government is not doing the right thing, and we have to come up. We are the youth. So somehow or other, I met with the ISKCON devotees, and I criticized them when I first met them. I criticized what you people are doing, dharma and this all that, Bhagavad Gita. You are selling Bhagavad Gita on roads. What if I need it? I will go and buy Bhagavad Gita. Why you are coming to the metro station and you're like disrespecting even your own books? You have to, you have to that much of decency. And at that time I was intoxicated, So when I criticized, so that happened. They took my number and they asked me to at least talk to us. So they invited me on dinner. So I went, and we had a very long conversation at that time, and very heated conversation. So that's how I got connected with the ISKCON also. And sorry, what was your question? I was went in the flow.
How did you ever think about monk?
Yes. So that's how I journey was like, and how my mind has been bombarded with lot of stuffs that how the world is going on in a wrong direction, how there is a lot of pollution. Even after so many technological advancement, we are facing a lot of this and that, and that quarrels. And if you go to the court, you find there are a lot of thousands of hundreds of thousands of cases and diverse cases pending. It's a very, very, very depth you don't want to go. It's very, very, very deep darkness there. So even after so many philosophical debates everywhere in the world going on, still we are not on the right path. Still we are suffering. Why this is happening? You have to ask. So these questions strike me. And when I went to Vrindavan, and that's how the sense of monkhood generated in me. That's how I got connected with my soil, and you can say with my soul. that I actually get to know that we are not this body. Because of this body we are suffering, but actually we are the soul. And that is the basic statement of monk. And if you are a monk, you must be knowing that this body will be finished one day. And we are the spirit soul. We will just change the dress. जैसे हम बचपन में थे, हम बचपन में बड़े हो गए. We know that our body was very small at that time. Our body is big now, and it will get deteriorated with the time. It will get deteriorated. So who knows that our body is getting deteriorated? It's me. It's me who the soul. I'm not this hand. I'm not this body. I'm not this head. I'm not this ears. I'm not this eye. Who am I? If you say, who am I? I'm the soul who is conscious. So that is the understanding of a monk. And I think that being a monk, you need not to wear any saffron. You need not to. It cannot be identified by the dress. You can be a grasta. You can have a wife. You can be a householder. The only thing that matters is the sense of consciousness you have. You know that you have to do your duty, whether people like it or not like it. Only thing is the Bhagavad Gita says that you have to do your duty in any situation. Because the Lord also came down. Lord भगवान को करने को कुछ नहीं था. भगवान के लिए सब ठीक है. आपने देखा होगा कुछ लोग बोलते हैं सब अच्छा चल रहा है, but भगवान के लिए भी सब अच्छा चल रहा था, but he still came because he have to duty to perform. Similarly, it's a message to us. In time of difficulties, we have a duty to perform. Do the duty, whether it's right or wrong. Right or wrong, you know how the people will perceive. That only thing is, if it is according to scriptures, if you have a duty to perform, you are a householder, you have a family to maintain it in every situation. Don't get intoxicated, don't beat up your wife, and don't do so many things. So that is monkhood.
Exactly. I just want to know that. So when you have decided to join ISKCON, and what was your experience after joining that?
My first experience, because what I think that there are two questions involved in it. There's about
two questions. Firstly, the joining, and after that, what is your experience?
Yeah. First, I have told about my experience in first question, that how I feel more excited about all these things, and how I like to read, and basically philosophy. Because before reading Bhagavad Gita, I have read more than 50 psychological books by different authors. Still, like one was printed in 1800. I was that too much in philosophy. So after reading Bhagavad Gita, it's like all settled down, like everything settled down. Because once you know how the main problem is your ego. Exactly. Whatever you do, that only thing that obstructs your growth is your ego. And it comes in the form of how it comes. ये मेरा self esteem है. हर व्यक्ति के पास एक self esteem होना चाहिए. Actually, that we don't know what ego is, and we call the self-esteem, that we call our ego as a self-esteem, because the person who know what is the ego and what is the self-esteem, only then he can say that we must have some dignity. But people don't know. They call their ego their dignity. They often get confused, because if you are not reading Bhagavad Gita, you will always get confused in these things. Yeah. So when about my joining, the joining means, I think what I perceive this question as, that our founder Acharya Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he told us that we are not this body, we are this soul. And right now our soul is covered, like a mirror is covered with dust. After if you leave the mirror in your house, without cleaning, there are a lot of dust accumulated in it. You cannot see your face clearly. But when similarly on our heart, we have a dust of lust, anger, greed, and we want higher position, higher position. And in Hindi we can say puja, pratishtha, or labh. We want everyone to worship us. We are the one, and these are the covering on our body. But actually this doesn't happen. If you see that even the big examples all over the world, even the billionaires, millionaires, they are practicing meditation. Bill Gates, let's name Bill Gates. If you are aware of Gates Notes Foundation, Notes Foundation, he writes his notes. In 2017, I think 2018, he published a note why meditation is important for a business, for a business person. So it means that meditation is, who gave the meditation? It's Indian philosophy. And Indian philosophy is the one, आज अगर आप, if you see that in Indian, Navy SEAL, American Navy SEAL, they are practicing meditation. And if you see that, you can search on Google, there is some apps like Mindspace and all these, they are using Indian scriptures, they are examples of Indian scriptures, and they are minting huge lot of money from that. Why? Because they recognize these scriptures, they recognize that how it is helpful, but we are still in a stigma that whether it will be helpful or not. And we actually criticize, a lot of things, like why this and that. We should ask questions, whether whether this had happened, whether it is given or not. Like there was a misconception about sati pratha. It was nowhere mentioned. It came up with the time the few people did it. So it is nowhere mentioned it. Mata Kaushalya, Kekai, they didn't did sati, वो सती नहीं हुई थी, है ना? When after the Maharaj Dasra death, Kunti, Maharani Kunti didn't do sati.
But so, that is the point where means this question is also arises, like if you have left about the I can say Madri, which has done that thing, but she's in the totally in that condition. That's why she have done that. Many people can say this thing, like if you are raised this.
The thing is that there should not be ego. Like, let's take an example of today, how the thing of sati pratha. In sati pratha, actually we are digressing from the point we have asked, but still we will mention.
No, it's okay. That's the main discussion which we can do that.
Yeah. So in sati pratha, people take it as an own ego. Like हमारे घर की लड़की हमारे पति से, ये इनका पति था, and she loved her, she's very faithful, and she committed. They throw her forcefully. अगर आप देखेंगे कि when the Muslim invaders come, lots of Rajputanis and there are a lot of Shatranis.
Rani Padmavati, the main Johar. Yes,
Johar. They committed suicide. They it's not a suicide. It's a dignity that they don't want to be a sex slave of anyone.
Exactly.
This is the thing. That life is very bad. So they did it for their own wishes. But however, what happened? People take it on ego. That they did, we also do. हमारी लड़की ने तो हम भी उनको फेंक देंगे. So it was their personal choice. It was not forced upon them.
So I just want to know, because when you have means telling about the ego and that's the thing, and that's how this is I can say one of the important point or the topic which I am like to ask you that, can you tell about the importance of attention? This is what the people want right now. If you can see all around the world, people.
Thank you. This is a very important question, because people are taking so many expensive courses just to improve the attention span. The thing is, but the Lord has already answered in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, it is by practice and detachment. The thing is, not having attention means having distraction. Having so many distractions. You have so many options, so many. I'm just 12th pass karte hain. There are a lot of options are given to you. You want to doctor, you want this and that, and there are a lot of options. And when you go to choose some clothes, there are a lot of options. Whenever there are options, there is a confusion. And when there is a confusion, there is a state of mind where you are unable to take decisions, and it becomes a frustration over a period of time. Getting stick to the attention. Let's take an example. Let's learn it from an example. Just like Hanuman. Hanumanji was, if you see, Hanumanji is always submitted to Lord Rama. Hanumanji जब माता सीता को लेकर जा रहे थे, ढूंढने जा रहे थे, तो he saw a big mountain, एक बहुत बड़ा उनको mountain दिखा, and he thought, from the last 30 days we are wandering. जो सुग्रीव था उन्होंने भेजा था उनको कि if you don't come on 30 days, don't come back. If you come back, I will kill you. So they were afraid that how to come back without having Sita. And Bhagwan Ram ने तो अपना अंगूठी भी दिया. So to hand it over to the mother Sita. So you see that there is and 30 days pass, they are just eating only fruits and roots and leaves, and there's not much water even. And when you say that there is a heavy mountain, you see that previously mountain has everything, a river and lot of fruits, and like everything that you can go and take rest. You can wake up after a day and you can do and such. ठीक है, मदर सीता को कल ढूंढ लेंगे. But Hanumanji was not like that. Hanumanji, when he was flying, he saw a big mountain. There's a temptation, like there was someone there, and he was giving him the temptation. Actually, it was a test. Hanuman, 3 tests he has given when he was, when he was
Going
covering
through
the whole ocean. Yeah. So there was the first one is this temporary pleasures, enjoyment. So he was flying and he was saying, come take some rest from the 30 days you have not do anything, you have not eaten anything, let's come and take rest. Actually, if you see, this is the situation with us too. Whenever we
it's
do
like
some study,
I just want to interrupt you, sorry for that. It's like a gun, tamogun, sattugun, and that, yeah, rajagun.
yeah, it actually, but the whole world is made up of these 3 gunas. This earth, Brahmaji has made this earth in mode of passion, rajogun. That's why every person here wants to do something in life, like they are in the rat race. Everyone wants to become a Mani. Can it possible? No, but they are so ambitious and passionate. So that's why people are also looking for, what is my nature? Who am I? People are now asking. People today are now asking, who am I? Am I also just another person who's minting money and die? So these are the questions also. So when we say that, when it comes to Hanumanji is beyond 3 modes, because this material world is made up with the 3 modes ki aap rajo mein hai, tamo mein hai, or sato mein hai. But when you do bhakti, in bhakti marg, Hanumanji was a great worshipper of Lord Rama in bhakti, and right. And when we see that he transcendented, unhone tino mode ko cross kar diya. And when you reach that stage, only then you can be submitted to the Lord. And there is no confusion left in you. It's like what is your aim is, but what you have to do, and you don't have any problem of attention also. So
Prabhuji, I just want to know that whenever we are seeing any monk, any ISKCON member, they are used to pursue tilak and have means they have shaved their heads. So can you tell me what is the importance of tilak and why they have shaved their heads? And if many monks are not wearing saffron, but most of them, I can say, are wearing saffron. So any significance of saffron in our life? Can you tell me?
Yeah. Saffron means detachment. Saffron shows that humne tyag kiya hai, we are detached. So, and it is also related to the head, because head shave means when we have very long hairs, we always be conscious, बाल इधर से उधर तो नहीं हो रहा. We always conscious कि एक बार बड़े करके देखता हूँ, mind always going in that direction. So simple and sober reason, get it clean. Why? Because of 2 reasons. First, it reduces your beauty. Because the first thing, that when you wear saffron, you don't have to show your body to others, that look how handsome I am. What is the use of that? What is the use of that thing then? So why you are wearing saffron then, if you are so much body conscious? So it makes you more intelligent, like because your mind is not distracted from this and that, and you always focus on one thing.
Exactly.
And saffron manifests that, shows that you have sacrificed these things. You don't fall yourself in so many bodily conceptions, who is noticing me, who is not noticing me, show off this and that. You are already above. Just get a shave head. All the questions have you in your mind, just gone in one way. No one will look at you. No one take care who is yaar isme baal katwaye to ganja hai. No one take care ki yaar kaun hai kya hai. People are very anxious with the log aaj hair transplant karate hain. So much conscious about hair. Idhar se baal ud gaye, udhar se baal ud gaye, idhar se ud gaye, udhar se ud gaye. So much conscious. Life का आधा पैसा, आधा time तो ये सोचने में लग जाता है कि बाल कैसे हैं. And what we do, we just do. We don't have, any attachment. In a shastras, it is compared to the black stool. Stool. So it is the mal that we, जैसे हम सुबह जाते हैं फ्लश कर देते हैं, उसी तरह एक बार बाल कटवाते हैं, we don't have to look back. Black stool, because we don't like, and also it is a source of cleanliness, because how do you like अगर आप प्रसाद पा रहे हैं और आपके प्रसाद में बाल आ जाए?
No one just want
No
that.
one likes that. That's why the thing is, and the significance about the tilak is, these are the charan of Lord Krishna.
Lord Vishnu,
Charan.
Lord Krishna.
Yeah, and this is the this short here is the Tulsi Maharani, right? The leaf. The thing is, when we, like when you see tilak,
I think there is having a 12 tilak, which
12
many
tilak.
of the and I am fortunate to met ISKCON Mayapur student, and he's just traveling somewhere, so he just wear I can say 12 tilak, and there is a mantra also he is telling.
Yeah, there is a, like on every, whenever you like you hear, and like on Nabhi, then little bit upward on Govindai Namo, Vishnavai Namo, Vaishnavai Namo, Sridharai Namo, Padmanabhai Namo, Damodarai Namo. We chant the name every time we put the tilak on us. The thing is, it represents that this body, I will treat this body as a mandir.
Purest form.
Purest form. मंदिर in the sense, when we go to temple, हम चप्पल जूते अपना ईगो वगैरह सब बाहर छोड़ के भगवान के सामने, उसी तरह हम अपने काम क्रोध लोभ को बाहर निकाल कर, because there is a thing, if I invite you in my house and if you see my house and think it's dirty, like बहुत ज्यादा खराब, बहुत ज्यादा गंदा है, यार मैं नहीं आऊंगा, मैं दोबारा नहीं आऊंगा यहाँ पे. Similarly, that like we want to give, go to at a nice place. Similarly, Lord also sits where there is a nice, sits at a nice place. So here we are, when we treat this body as a mandir, we are trying to get away from, like lust, anger, greed. So Lord consider us, and Lord sits in our heart and direct us. जैसे भगवान बताते हैं भगवद गीता में, मैं ही ज्ञान हूँ, मैं ही बुद्धि देता हूँ. So Lord gives you direction in midst of confusion, a strange voice which you sometimes call intuition, how it will come when you are away from all these things. So that is the significance. And also when you see tilak on other person, you see, अरे ये व्यक्ति धार्मिक है, let's talk to him. So automatically there is a sense of कि हाँ यार, and automatically reminds you of the Lord कि ये temple से आया है, temple में कौन है भगवान. Automatically mind works like that. कोई व्यक्ति आपके सामने आएगा, जैसे ट्यूसडे को कोई व्यक्ति इधर तिलक ला के आता है, अरे आज मंदिर गया था क्या, जैसे मंदिर, आज तो ट्यूसडे, ओह आज तो मैं भी जाऊंगा. So it's develop a sense of, sense of consciousness, God consciousness.
Exactly. I just want to know that as a technical person, you are from a technical background. So how spirituality helps whenever if you are traveling somewhere, if you're just going to any educational university for talks or for the mentorship programs. So how you are explaining about the spirituality in terms of the technical persons? Means they just want to think that yes, God exists, and he just help me, he or she can help me out whenever I have exams. Please प्रभु जी पास करवा देना, हे भगवान मेरे मार्क्स दिलवा देना, या whatever the things which we are asking for. But how you are helping, and how the ISKCON is helping them in providing that kind of a knowledge and spirituality, which they can also be in the part of, and they can learn the thing.
Thank you, Rajat. There are many aspects of this question, so I will take few aspects.
Yeah,
one of the aspects is, we generally have misconception that spirituality and this modern science is antithetic to each other, they are opposite. We generally have this conception. We generally think like when जब कोरोना आया था तो सब मंदिर बंद हो गए थे. People were asking, सब मंदिर बंद है आज, कहाँ गए आपके भगवान, कहाँ गए सब टेम्पल्स, कहाँ गए ये, आप देखो आज मंदिर हॉस्पिटल काम आ रहा है. So people start questioning, but they don't know that Vedic spirituality, Vedic India actually supports spirituality. Who is Susrut? He did the first
surgery. Yeah.
Right. He did. And Aryabhatta, astronomer, he like so much calculations of here and there, sun ka
father of zero.
Father of zero, he invented the zero. But they forget that Vedic India never opposed any, like new inventions. Never. If you see in Christianity, in when you see the Western world, they actually killed Galileo. Why? Because this is not written in, in your book, in church, in Bible. It is written the earth is flat. You said it is round. You have to be hanged, and he was killed. It's not a single thing. There are a lot of cases, but in India you will not a single cases. You will not hear a single cases. In India, there was a question in India. Like first Viman, Viman Shastra आपने एक movie भी आई थी.
जी
So Viman was made in here and first flown in at Juhu Beach, like and that in Maharashtra. So Vedic India never opposes, like medicine. The Vedic India says use your intellectual. Corona आया है तो medical का help लो. इट्स नो सेज कि आप एक रूम में बैठ के अगर आप कह रहे हो कि नहीं मैं मंगल आरती करूंगा, आई विल नॉट टेक केयर ऑफ एनी, मैं किसी चीज का ध्यान नहीं रखूंगा, कोई मास्क नहीं लगाऊंगा, कोई सैनिटाइजर का यूज नहीं करूंगा. स्पिरिचुअलिटी एक्चुअली हेल्प अस टू गिव दैट कॉन्शियसनेस, बिकॉज बहुत सारे लोग हैं वो स्पिरिचुअलिटी को फॉलो नहीं कर रहे और वो मास्क भी नहीं लगा रहे.
एग्जैक्टली.
यू सी द मोर स्पिरिचुअल पर्सन जो स्पिरिचुअलिटी को फॉलो कर रहे हैं, दे आर यूजिंग द मास्क,
दे आर फॉलोइंग इट.
हेल्प, या दे आर फॉलोइंग इट, दे आर मोर कॉन्शियस अबाउट दैट कि ये कैसे हो रहा है, like everything is going on. So in our ISKCON temple also there was strict, like when Corona was going on, there was a strict every day announcement is made. They take steam and like and wear gloves even possible, mask, sorry, kadha, right? So actually spirituality helps you to grow in science. आज हम बात कर रहे हैं लैपटॉप है, लैपटॉप को यूज करो ताकि हम, एक तो इस पे है लैपटॉप का हमने यूज किया किस लिए, पोर्नोग्राफी देखने के लिए, और लैपटॉप का हम यूज किस लिए कर रहे हैं, भगवान के मैसेज को आगे बताने के लिए. अब ये आज आपने ये हमें मौका दिया यहाँ पे हम भगवान के मैसेज को जितना मैं समझ पाया मैंने उसको बताने का प्रयास किया
जी.
तो हर चीज का नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव हो सकता है. आपने गन बनाया, गन का यूज नेगेटिव के लिए भी हो सकता है, पॉजिटिव के लिए भी हो सकता है, दोनों के लिए, नेगेटिव के लिए भी हो रहा है, पॉजिटिव के लिए भी हो रहा है.
Exactly.
Everything has negative and positive impact. So spirituality actually helps in advancement. Actually, it is this laptop is used for spreading spirituality, so it is spiritualized.
Exactly.
We have to do more and more things so that we can transmit the message of the Lord at the distant places. So people also says, मैं तो spirituality follow करता हूँ तो मेरी life में दुख क्यों है? Because of your karma. You don't make people, what do people do? People use spirituality for escapism. हम इससे बाहर निकल जाएं, हम पूरे दिन भर गलत काम करें, रात में आके भगवान के सामने हाथ जोड़ लो, अरे भगवान ने कुछ नहीं किया, भगवान ने पास नहीं किया. अगर नहीं पढ़ोगे तो पास कैसे होगी?
Exactly.
आप एक बहुत शॉर्टकट देखते हैं, है ना, शॉर्टकट कि भाई पूरे साल कुछ नहीं करेंगे. इवन इफ यू आर नॉट मेंटली डेवलप्ड, यू डोंट नो हाउ द कंसेप्ट विल बी यूज्ड, हाउ द लॉर्ड विल हेल्प यू. इवन अर्जुना हैज डिड सो मच तपस्या. अर्जुना बोल देता है, अरे भगवान हमारे साथ भगवान है, हमें क्या तपस्या करने की जरूरत है, क्या हमें कहाँ जाना है, आओ भगवान हमारो.
many means I can say उनकी तपस्या ही उनकी लाइफ में ही पूरा होल सिस्टम में एक तपस्या की तरह ही रहा. शुरुआत से पशुपतास्त्र के लिए, उसके बाद जब भगवान आए तो उन्होंने भी उन्हें इतना बताया. और जब कर्ण का भी एक आई थिंक एक एक संक्षेप है जो आपको भी, मतलब आप तो मुझसे ज्यादा ही जानते होंगे इस सब के बारे में, कि जब कर्ण ने उनको उनके रथ को 2 कदम पीछे धकेल दिया था तो भगवान ने कहा था कि वाह क्या मतलब बाण चलाया है आपने. मतलब मैं थोड़ा इसमें हिंदी वर्जन में यूज कर रहा हूँ, पर उन्होंने कहा था कि नहीं आप उनकी प्रशंसा किए जा रहे हो और मैंने तो उसके रथ को 7-8 कदम या उससे बहुत ज्यादा ही दूर फेंक दिया था. तो उन्होंने कहा कि जब मैं पूरे ब्रह्मांड का भार लेकर मैं स्वयं विराजमान हूं, तुम्हारे छत्र पर हनुमान जी विराजमान है और तब तुम उस पे कर रहे हो और तब उसने मेरे को 2 कदम पीछे कह दिया, तो बहुत बड़ा है. तो ही मतलब वो तो भगवद गीता इज और महाभारत इज लाइक आई कैन से इफ एनीवन जस्ट रीड दिस ना, आधे से ज्यादा आंसर्स लोगों को मिल जाएंगे.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So in technological advancement, as we were discussing, so spirituality helps in technological advancement, and it also helps you to give a way that how to handle the pressure, how to handle the stress, which actually comes when you developing your artificial intelligence. Go and develop, but do take care that it is you are doing it with the right perspective.
Exactly.
It doesn't just create another hole in the ozone or create more pollution.
Exactly. So, Prabhuji, my next question is just same which I am discussing. Like, I have reading many spiritual books, and even starting this year, next from previous year only 2020, I have started to reading Bhagavad Gita. And I know that thing, but for the people and for the whole audience, I just want to know: is Bhagavad Gita consist of all the answers which we want in our life or in our whole life journey?
In our journey, what we do, like we put so much faith in school that after passing the school, we will get a job. Then we do graduation, then we will get a job. We put lot of faith on schooling system. We will put lot of faith in graduation, college, and lot of faith on jobs even. Right. So what is the main question? What is the main thing is that we literally get confused sometimes. Am I really following the right path? And it is exactly asked by the Arjuna also. He has all the logics. He gives so many logics why he shouldn't fight. Till that second chapter, first chapter till the second chapter, up till the 10th slok, he gives so many reasons why he should not fight. There's so many logics. There are so many facts. Everything is there, but still he's confused. The thing is that in our life, we have so many information, so many logics, so many facts, so many TV series. He's saying this and that. Movie का star ऐसा बोल रहा है, उसने ऐसा किया, उसने ऐसे किया. He has a lot of money, but still we are confused. Still we are confused. What to do? So what we should do, what Arjuna did, we must submit ourselves to the higher divine powers, Lord Krishna. आ रहा है.
वो आ रहा है, exactly.
So this is the thing. So we should be developed, but not at the cost of our future generations. There is a concept of UN sustainable development.
Exactly.
Sustainable development is उतना use करो present में ताकि future के लिए कुछ छोड़ के जाओ. What we are doing for the future is हमें गंदा पानी, गंदी हवा, and we are living this future and we call it technological advanced society. We are not even inhaling their good air. So on what basis we have to settle some points that what is the meaning of development and what exactly means the technological advancement. It's just making comforting एक अच्छा bed हो, एक अच्छा mobile हो. Is it all about technology or it is more about finding the origin of life, moving towards it? So that must be a question we must ask.
So at the last, I just want to know that any suggestions or I can say what kind of I can say you can provide a viewpoint to the students, to the researchers, to anyone who just want to learn the things, plus they just want to gain from our spiritual books, and people are used to कि हम लोग हमारे जो हम वेस्टर्न्स ने और हमारे वेस्टर्न कल्चर ने हमारे बुक्स को एक माइथोलॉजी और एक मतलब माइथोलॉजिकल के टाइप में ही रख दिया है, विच इज आई एम नॉट, हम लोग नहीं मानते उस चीज को, मैं खुद नहीं मानता, स्पेशली बिकॉज वो हमारी हिस्ट्री है, सारे एविडेंसेस हैं. तो व्हाई क्या आप मतलब सजेशंस देना चाहेंगे कि how they have to connect with the spirituality, the books and the history of our extreme means Indian culture, and also relate with the technical advancement, both the things.
The only suggestion I think that I would start on 2 or 3 points. The first point is don't get brainwashed. After getting colonized, our minds have not been even freed. 200 साल colonization हुआ, उसके बाद education system वही है that how to made Indian slaves. Actually, if you see many researches, till 1800, I think 1600, for the two centuries, India is contributing 25% of the world GDP.
Exactly.
And it is not a research of some Indian person. It is a research of Britishers. So that is the thing. So if you still think that we are backward and this is mythology, and after if you take an example of Macaulay, when he did a research throughout India, he found no beggar. It is just 200 years ago. It's not very far. 200 years ago, just 200 years ago, there was no beggars. That was our culture. There was no beggar at that time. There is लोगों को You know, it is not an utopian world. It is a written. अगर कोई इंडियन लिखेगा तो कहेंगे अरे नहीं, ये तो अपने देश को फेवर कर रहा है, कोई नेशनलिस्ट होगा, है ना, कोई 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 मोदी भक्त होगा या फिर कोई राइटिस्ट पर्सन होगा. बट इट इज रिटन बाय मैकलॉय. मोदी वाज नॉट प्रेजेंट एट दैट टाइम. So Macaulay has written it. So it means that our faith was strong. And in British Parliament, Macaulay mentioned that if we want to rule India, we have to break their backbone. That is their faith. And till now, we are facing that. You know, you have apply your brain, see the evidences. Every evidence is available. Dwarka is available. Archaeological Survey of India. If you see S.N. Rao, I think that is had at that time who excavated. Dwarka has been found as it is.
Exactly.
All the places, go to Vrindavan, all the places still there. Ramayana, Lakshagara in Madhya Pradesh, everything is available. Lanka is mentioned.
Angdesh is our Bhagalpur in Bihar, which is there. Yeah.
Everything is there. How can you say it's mythological? The first thing is apply your brain. Second thing is, if you apply your brain and read scriptures, you will never get confused. That's for sure. You will see the clear as it is. There are four things we are, in Kali Yuga, people are affected with. They have tendency, they are getting illusioned. बहुत जल्दी illusion में आ जाते हैं. कुछ भी बताएंगे, कुछ illusion में एकदम से. Because we are enjoy the senses. Cheating. हमेशा हमारे मन में कैसे हम प्रोपेंसिटी होती है चीटिंग करने की. जितना ज्यादा इंटेलिजेंस हाई होगी, हम उसको दबा देंगे. बट चीटिंग की प्रोपेंसिटी हमेशा रहेगी, आती रहेगी. अगर आपकी इंटेलिजेंस वीक है तो आपको ओवरपावर कर जाएगी. Tendency to get illusion, tendency to cheat. There are two things. The other two things is tendency to, get, what was that? In Kali Yuga, there are four things. Let's discuss.
Lust and Kamayukta. Lust and
lust. Tendency to get cheat, the tendency to, there are two things I will tell. Let's move further for that. I'm forgetting. The thing is that there are four things that we are always, all affected with. The thing is, when you read scriptures, you can get out of it. आप इन चीजों से बाहर आ सकते हैं. आपका जो confusion है वो सब दूर हो सकता है. If reading, name a thing, you can achieve anything. So Bhagavad Gita has answer to all your questions. जब अर्जुन पूछ रहे हैं भगवान से कि ऐसी क्या चीज है जो मैं पाप नहीं करना चाहता, मैं फिर भी करता हूं. Why it is happening? Lord says lust, anger, greed, three things. Lust, anger, greed. And actually इसे lust से ही anger आता है. Suppose आपको कोई एक इच्छा हुई, अब उस इच्छा अगर वो पूरी हो जाती है तो greed आएगा. अगर वो इच्छा पूरी नहीं हुई तो गुस्सा आएगा, और गुस्से से क्या होगा? wrath. You want to destroy everything. पूरा माइंड का like खिचड़ी हो जाएगा कि कैसे करें. फिर they will go to psychiatrist and this and that. Like अब तो इनकी फीस ही बहुत हाई है. So that is the thing. So इतनी हाई फीस देने से अच्छा है take 140 rupees Bhagavad Gita, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and meditation, sound vibration, use that vibration to calm your brain and to literally approach to the higher divine powers. So Bhagavad Gita at any stage, whether you are old, whether you are a child, whether you are, like at any stage of your life, Gita has answer to all your problems. And it actually makes you fearless. Without Bhagavad Gita, even you get a government job, people are hankering. Even you get the government job, you still have a fear कि मोदी इसको private ना कर दे.
Exactly.
Fear will always be there. So when you read Bhagavad Gita, there is no fear.
Exactly. So dhanyavad and thank you, Prabhuji, that you have come and you have enlightened us with your knowledge, and you have explained everything which I just want. I know that there are many questions which are there in our people's mind, so we can bring the courses or not courses I can say, but long hours webinar, and with the help of Prabhuji we can do that thing. So if audience want, we can do that kind of a session in which you can ask the question and he will provide you that kind of a sophisticated answers and solutions, so that you can get to know everything and what can be achievable. Thank you, Prabhuji, that you have accepted our invitation and coming to our platform, and it's a great honor for me. And at the last, what I can say is the one of the important shloka from the Bhagavad Gita, which says the Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir, ध्रुवा नितिर मतिर ममा, मतलब जहां पे कृष्ण हो और जहां अर्जुन हो वहां विजय श्री अवश्य ही प्राप्त होगी। तो हमारे कृष्ण जो थे हमारे साथ थे और हमने उनसे बहुत सारे आंसर्स पूछे, क्वेश्चंस पूछे और उनके आंसर्स हमें मिले, जो काफी अच्छा लगा। And we just want that kind of a spirituality and a technical collaboration, that kind of a thing which we want. So please audience, like this video and share कीजिए maximum number तक, so that कि सब लोग जान सके, मोटिवेशन ले सके, समझे अपने आप को, अपनी आत्मा को, अपने सोल को, and how they can enlighten them. And also please subscribe to Kentor. Thank you so much.